Hey finance warriors, welcome to the show. And you may hear financial influencers or finfluencers talking about something called net worth. They talk about it all the time.
So let's start with the net worth.
The average net worth.
A net worth of over $1 million.
Your net worth is a number which is basically saying how rich you are. Like, are you Mr. Beast rich?
Subscribe.
Are you Iman Gadzhi rich?
What would be the maximum budget that you would want to spend?
30 mil.
Are you Zeus rich? But is it all real anyway? Like, is that Lambo rented?
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Does that house have a massive loan against it that you can't afford? And does that private jet that people see on your Instagram even exist at all?
Some guy built a fake interior of a private jet in Los Angeles. They used like a movie set. They just rent it out to influencers so that they can take photos where it looks like they're on a private jet, but they're not.
So there is a calculation to get a number for how much of the stuff you show off that you actually own, plus any actual investments and savings that you may have. So let's delve into it. This is how to actually calculate your net worth. Right, so the formula for net worth is simple. It's assets minus liabilities equals net worth. And to go into a little more detail, it is the current value of those assets minus any loans against them equals net worth. So maybe you bought a house for $300,000 with a down payment of $60,000. So at the start, $60,000, we'd say you have $60,000 equity in the house, and $60,000 would be counted towards your net worth. After a few years, maybe you'd paid down $10,000, so that would be now $70,000 in equity. But in addition, maybe the house had gone up in value by 10%, so it's now worth $330,000. So actually, you now have $100,000 in equity in the house. $60,000 from your down payment, $10,000 from paying down the mortgage, and $30,000 from appreciation. With most cars, it's going to go the opposite way, since cars are depreciating assets. So maybe you bought a car for $30,000 and you had a $20,000 car loan. At the start, you had $10,000 in equity in the car. After 3 years, maybe you paid off half the loan, so now you owe only $10,000, but the resale value of the car may now only be $17,000, since cars lose the most value in the first couple of years. So actually, your equity in the car is now only $7,000, whereas it used to be $10,000. Let's now take these two examples, our guy with the $330,000 house and his 3-year depreciated car, and add them to a hypothetical net worth. So we have the value minus the liability for both, which is $100,000 in equity in the house and $7,000 in equity in the car. That gives us a net worth of $107,000. But then there may be more. So here are some other common assets and liabilities someone may have. We'll start with assets. So maybe he has a savings account. Let's put $10,000 in there. Nice little emergency fund. So now we're at $117,000. Then maybe he has a retirement account like a 401k or an IRA. Let's put $30,000 in there. So now we're at $147,000. Maybe he dabbles in stocks. Let's put $5,000 in a stock account. So now we are at $152,000. Perhaps he does the same with a bit of crypto. Let's say we put $3,000 in there. Now we're up to $155,000. And maybe he has $1,000 in his checking account. Now this is going to go up and down a lot as he gets paid or spend money, but it is included in his net worth. So he now has $156,000. Then maybe he has a few valuable items that have good resale value. For example, a Rolex that his dad gave him when he graduated college that has a current resale value of $15,000. Now we're up to $171,000. Pretty cool. But did I just mention that he graduated college? Oh, that means he's probably going to have student debt. Now, unless Biden has eliminated that for him, he is going to have some student debt. Now, let's say he went to community college and racked up a mere $30,000 in debt over his 2-year program. That may sound like a lot, but colleges like Columbia can charge up to $55,000 per year. I got in there for my master's, and I can honestly say the best decision I made in my whole life was not going to Columbia. So anyway, that goes into the liabilities column, and under liabilities, at the beginning, we already added the loans on his car and his house. So now he has a net worth of only $141,000. Then what about other forms of debt? Well, most Americans have some credit card debt. I don't recommend it, guys. I really don't because it's high interest debt, but a lot of people do have it. The average level of credit card debt for a millennial, and let's just say this guy is a millennial, is $6,521. We'll call it $6,000 for ease of math, so that takes him down to $135,000 in net worth. Now, if you want to track your net worth, you could create an Excel spreadsheet with assets and liabilities, but since it's constantly changing with stocks going up and down, debt increasing or decreasing, your car depreciating, your house going up in value, and you paying down your mortgage, thus, it is better to use an electronic tracking tool that can link to all your bank accounts, look at your credit report, etc. And there are several to choose from. I personally use Rocket Money. Now, this is not sponsored, although they did sponsor a couple of videos on my other channel, The Credit Shifu. And after that, I liked it so much that I kept using it. But then there are some other names that will often come up, like Empower, Betterment, and also Monarch Money. Mint.com used to be the go-to app for net worth tracking, but that was merged into Credit Karma because they bought it, and last year they just merged it together. So most people say it isn't as good anymore. But whatever app you use, make sure you link it to absolutely every account you have so that you get your real net worth. There's no point ignoring that $50,000 in credit card debt that you have and pretend that you're doing well. I hope this video has made it clear to you guys. It's just assets at their current value minus liabilities equals net worth. Please subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.